Have you ever felt like the ball is on you before you even realize it's coming? Like no matter how quick you think you are, you're always late and under pressure? Today, I'm going to show you by simply adjusting your paddle position, how you can gain faster reactions, buy more time, and get more confidence out on the pickleball court. Hey everybody, my name is CJ Johnson, and together with my partner Tony Roig, we help pickleball players of all ages, especially those of us over 50, live their best lives, or 60, live their best lives on and off the pickleball courts. And today I'm privileged to finally shoot a video with somebody I've known since I first started playing pickleball. That's my buddy Sue. And she's going to help me to show you the best paddle position to have no matter where you are on the court. The pickleball court is small and reaction time is at a premium. That's why we're always trying to get faster hands. Now, one of the really simple things that can help you to better anticipate and to just get faster is by being in the right position, meaning that your paddle's in the right position. Many players think that paddle position is strictly about their paddle position, and that's half true. But the players who feel calm under pressure, the ones who anticipate and are ready for the next shot, realize that it's not just about their paddle position. It's about the relationship of their paddle position to their opponent's paddle position. Now, one of the biggest clues that most players miss is the ball height. Where is the ball? So you've probably seen on any variety of YouTube videos, some instruction teaching you when to attack based on ball height. So typically what you see is you would see red would be somewhere between my knees and my feet, that we don't want to attack from the red zone. A green zone would be somewhere that is above my hip to my shoulder area, that is an attack zone. And then of course the yellow zone would be somewhere between the knee and the hip. Some players can attack from the yellow zone, some players cannot. But those are typically what we see, the traffic light. Red down at the bottom, green up high, and yellow, proceed with caution when you're going to attack. Are you planning to attend a pickleball camp this year? If you are, grab our free guide, The 3 Biggest Mistakes Pickleball Players Make When Choosing a Pickleball Camp, and more importantly, how to avoid them. So if I see a red paddle position where her paddle is below the net, you're going to see me bring my paddle position slightly higher, because it's an inverse relationship. If her paddle is low, the only way that ball can travel is low to high. So it does me no good to have my paddle down here as well. I want my paddle here to anticipate a floater that she may hit. All right, now let's talk about the yellow paddle position. So the yellow paddle position would be basically from about my knees, the top of my thighs, somewhere up here into my hip area. Some players will attack that ball, some players will not. And it has the same meaning as a yellow caution light. If you're in here, you better be ready for something to come back at you a little bit harder. So when the ball gets to that position, I want to bring my paddle back into a position to be able to defend that hard attack. So if I see yellow, my automatic assumption is it's coming back, and it's coming back to me hard. All right, so let's show them what that looks like. Sue and I are now going to attack. If we think we've got a good attack, it's kind of in that yellow zone, we're going to attack the shot. And what I want to be is I want to be addressing her paddle position. When I see her get into that yellow zone, I got to get my paddle into that yellow zone. So you notice that was here. It's a fairly attackable shot. I came up a little bit and I was ready to attack that shot. If you're one of those players who finds pace overwhelming, it's not usually that you're not fast enough and that you're not anticipating enough. I need to have my paddle in a position that is effective to anticipate the hard hit shot. So as she starts to come here, I'm going to make sure that my paddle is out in front of me. I'm probably going to favor my backhand side just a little bit because the majority of volleys generally come to the backhand. And I'm going to be protecting, I like to call it protecting my bullseye. I want my paddle right out here in front of me, protecting the position here. I don't need my paddle up here. I sure shouldn't have my paddle down at the side, just right out here in front of me. All right, so now the closer Sue gets to me after that first shot, the more I'm going to start to favor that backhand side, and I'm going to really get my paddle to protect that yellow zone. Now, if she gets it above my hips as she comes further into the court, there's a really good chance it's out. Then I'm judging that yellow zone in terms of stepping out of the way and allowing the ball to fly out. All right, let's talk about a little bit of defense, right? Because I'm sure you never pop the ball up. Yeah, right. You're at the non-volley zone line and you pop the ball up. So if I'm here, now we're close together, right? So we've already talked about the paddle positions that we have based on what we see on the other side of the net. Is the minute I see her paddle position go to that yellow or to that green and I'm going to get defensive and back up, I want to get into a paddle position here where I can keep the ball out in front of me. So ideally, I hit the shot, I see it pop up. If I can take a hop or a jump step back, whatever it may be, and get my body a little bit lower to the ground. Remember, if I'm giving her a yellow or even potentially a green paddle, my paddle needs to be opposite of that. Everyone wants faster reactions and wants to anticipate the ball better. And one of the ways to do that is by adding another layer on to paddle up and being aware of the relationship between your paddle ready position and your opponent's paddle ready position. So think of it like opposite traffic lights, because together we can train smart, live bold, and age well.